Welcome back, everybody, to Dr. Winks Gaming. Today I will be continuing on with our NFL season with the Denver Broncos. They are playing, I believe it is week 4 in the Madden 21 game. Before I get into all this, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification button on the bottom. You got the bell down there, the subscribe button, and give us a like on this video as well, and let me know if there's anything else, any other games or anything else on this particular game that I should be playing. So here we go. I am playing the franchise classic version of Vic Fangio's team. He was let go last year, and the Broncos now have Nathaniel Hackett as their head coach. They played a very strange game yesterday against the Raiders here in Las Vegas. That is currently where I reside. And it was kind of fun to watch the game, even though the Broncos had several chances, and either way it could have been a blowout on either side. And it was just amazing to watch some of the things that the players were doing. And it seemed like Russell Wilson was able to get out of his shell and start running around a little bit more and doing his own thing. Yes, I'm going to continue to the next moment. I like playing this. They give you the option in this particular game to be able to play the entire game or to be able to move on from play to play. So I decided to just do play to play when I get to the playoffs, because I'm 2-0 right now. And yes, I'm assuming I'm overconfident that I will make the playoffs, and I'm hoping that I do, for the certain fact that if I make the playoffs, that I will play the entire 60 minutes and make these videos a little bit longer and be able to continue to have a good time playing these games. And it's the second, I'm kicking the field goal. If it's 3-3, that wind is brutal right now. Look at that. Look at this moving back and forth like that. Oh wait, that's me. That's me. That's not the wind. Let's see if we can get it there. All right, that looks looking good. All right, come on, baby. Get in there. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Right down the middle, barely made it for about 49 yards. Leave me some comments down there. Let me know who your favorite team is, and if you'd like me to play as them on this Madden 21. I'm trying to get through this season with the Broncos just because I want to see where they might end up and see if this might be a good indicator of where they will be, even though they don't have Russell Wilson on this particular roster. And that being said, I'm going to blitz these guys. Yeah, I'm telling the computer exactly what I'm doing. And good throw, Brady. Good throw. That's very few and far in between for the GOAT. And I say the GOAT. Yes, I am a huge Broncos fan. I can tell you a lot of different stats from the different Super Bowls, but there's only been several players in my lifetime, and I'm sure there's some that I am not forgetting from the 50, well, even the 20s and 30s and 40s that I don't really know, that have been better than Tom Brady during that process. And I will tell you, he has looked phenomenal wherever he has played. There was that year where he did get knocked out for the season, and Matt Castle played pretty well for the team. I think they won 11-5 and ended up making the playoffs, but losing somewhere in the playoffs itself. And it was just wherever he's gone, Tom Brady has just been the dude. Don't really follow him much off the field, but he's definitely there. Jerry Rice would be another player on the receiver. If we were to go down position by position, there are so many players that have done so much for the NFL. And if I was to come across maybe like a starting lineup of all-time great players, Tom Brady would be number 1, Joe Montana would be 2, John Elway would be 3, just because I'm a huge Broncos fan, but I also got to be pragmatic and positive about these items at the same time. So, I don't know, let's do that real quick. Let's come up with maybe a good starting lineup that would work for the all-time team. I would go Tom Brady with the starting quarterback, and I would put Jerry Rice at the starting receiver. I would put Randy Moss on the other side, maybe a slot receiver. I'm trying to think of who would be a good slot receiver from that standpoint. Let me think about that for a second. Wes Walker comes to mind. Danny Amendola comes to mind. There's been several. I would take Tyreek Hill. Actually, Tyreek Hill would be the dude, just for the fact that he has done so much in his short time in the league. Won the Super Bowl. There you go. Get the first down. I always forget I have to make sure that I hold the button down to make sure to pass it to that particular person that would catch the ball. Let me see. Smoke alert. Yes. We're going to run a mirror image fake. So, let's see. We got Tom Brady as a starting quarterback. Jerry Rice on one side, Randy Moss on another, Tyreek Hill. Offensive lineman, I don't really know. I would take probably the 94 49ers because that was the best team that I have ever seen on both sides of the ball. There was really not a weakness on either side of the ball. And they beat a Cowboys team in the NFC title game and then ended up playing the Chargers in the Super Bowl. And it was one of the most lopsided victories ever just because they were that good. I don't think any team, I don't care if it was the Chargers or the Broncos or any other team from the AFC or if an NFC team could have represented it. Another team, I don't think it would have worked out too well for them. They were just that good. And I think the point spread on that Super Bowl was 20.5. So if we go the other side of the ball, who would be a good starting? I would take the Chicago Bears front four from 85 as their backups. I would take the 2000 Ravens, and then as the third strings, I would take the 2015 Denver Broncos because that defense was pretty freaking good. Both ends of the spot. Let's see here. I don't care about the scores. These are just made up scores by the computer. Let's see. Return middle. Yes. So if I was to do cornerbacks, Deion Sanders would be one of them. Woodson would be on the other side. It would just be so much fun to watch those guys play. Get to the 25. That's all I ask. Just in case you don't want to do the touchback. Let's see. Who would be our safety? Ronnie Lott would probably be our safety. I'd have Steve Atwater as his backup. Who would be... I'd either take Lombardi or Belichick as our head coaches. Wouldn't take Dan Reeves because that guy took us to 3 Super Bowls and couldn't get over the hump, which is fine. When you get to the Super Bowl, that's a pretty significant accomplishment from that perspective. I don't know. There's just so many players that have played in the NFL that have been so good for so long, and they do an extremely good way to just have fun on the field and be very dominant. One guy that I always think gets kind of lost in all this is Tony Saragusa, played for the 2000 Ravens. That guy was phenomenal. I think he passed away a couple years ago, but man, he was good. He was up on the line, played with Ray Lewis and all those guys at the same time. Yes, I'm playing the moment. Let me get out of here. I love how the clock just automatically rapidly increases when you get into these different quarters and you skip these moments. No! Tackle that dude. My goodness, man. My God, man. I don't know. The NFL is a lot of fun to watch. These guys are so talented and so incredibly able to deal with pain constantly. When you hear players like Rob Gronkowski do interviews and say that he didn't want to come back to play unless it was with Tom Brady, only because he was tired of waking up in the middle of the night with extreme pain and couldn't sleep at all and do these things. He comes back, year one, they win the Super Bowl. And that's not a reason to say that they don't bust their butts to get where they go, but they do. They do. It's very... How is that not a touchdown? The ball was over the line. Come on. I'm not saying they shouldn't give it to him because I'm a Broncos fan, but man, darn it, get in there. Now, you knew they were going to score at some point. That's just the way that it was going to be. All right, yeah, do your dance, Freeman. Yeah. That's one guy who was really impressive. Freeman played for Atlanta for several years and played with Tampa Bay. I don't know if he's playing anymore, but I believe that I read that he was legally deaf. And knowing that those signs were given to him to try to get the play calls in, and knowing that the quarterback and the offensive lineman would have to understand that they were going to be doing that with him for the fact that he couldn't understand what maybe they're saying, or they'd have to speak directly at him while they're calling the play. Oh, no! Oh, thank goodness. That was completely my fault right there. It's 4th and 7. Yeah, I think I'm going to punt because there's still plenty of time left, and I got all these timeouts. Oh, no. I don't want to put it all the way over there. That was not the wind again, everybody. That was me when I put it all the way to the right. All right, get down there. Kick this guy's butt. No, don't let it get in. Oh, jeez. No, it's in the end zone for a touchback. There's players that are just so phenomenally talented, and even if they're not talented and they still get in there and they're able to do what they do, you made the NFL. That's a pretty good deal. There is There's a skit by Daniel Tosh in one of his stand-up routine that talks about Brett Favre and how people are like, "You're too old to be doing this," and he's saying, "Oh, well, back in the day I was making $12 million." He's screw those people. And I can understand that for the fact that if you're on the practice squad, you might not be getting hit as much as the games, but you understand it, and you're the quarterback, and you can make $2 million or something just being on the practice squad. I don't know what they make. I'm throwing out numbers arbitrarily. And I just don't. Sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I just don't get it. How much money they can make, but the people are willing to pay the extra money from that perspective. Let me see. Simmons, you're going to go back there. That was a great signing that the Broncos had for Simmons. I don't know if we're going to pull this one out. There you go. No, intercepted. Yeah, baby. Let's go. No. Touchdown. Woo. All right, that will work, and the 2-minute warning is coming. All right, everybody, if I get down there and I score, let me know in those comments if I should go for the 2-point conversion or not. I know you might not see it, but at the same time, I might end up actually doing that. Just for the reason that I don't want to put it into overtime with this Tampa Bay team, because they are pretty good. They are this particular season, they were the defending Super Bowl champions. Yeah, I don't want to give Brady too much time, even though I ran out of bounds and didn't use my timeout. Dork. All right, let's run the goal line defense, and let's run it right up their throats and make sure we get that down. I played football all the way up until 8th grade, and then just was so tired of getting hit and not feeling good and injured when I would come off the field. And I didn't really hit a growth spurt until I was a sophomore in high school. But it was fun. It was fun playing with the players and doing all those things. But I should have stuck it out and played a little bit more. But at the same time, it was too painful when you go out there. And knowing as 8th grade, knowing what these men go out and do is very, very impressive. There's not too many more physical sports that you're going to find that are as brutal as football. Rugby always comes to mind. Hockey is semi-brutal, but because they do a lot of anaerobic while they're out there, but they can do line shifts. And I always joke with my son who plays hockey, wouldn't it be cool if you could see, like in the NFL or in the NBA or in baseball, where they do line shifts? Not like in NBA where they do a shift in the middle. They do the shift in the middle of a play where if a guy's pulling the ball to one side of the field or not, that they can get in there and get out pretty easily because they know the percentages with that guy. But that'd be so cool if you were running down the field and you see the head coach of an NFL football team doing like line shift, and they do a line shift. And it would be very strange to do a line shift like that. Oh my God. I'm playing Simmons and no, let him score because I need the time. It's one of those old things that you learn about in football that from the Super Bowl 32, I didn't know about it until they did the documentary a few months later on the Super Bowl when the Broncos beat the Packers. It was 24-24, and Holmgren told his team to let them score because if they didn't, they would be left with very little time and they would have scored anyway. And the Broncos were right on the goal line, and they scored. I think it was a minute something to play, and they got the ball back, and their defense held up, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. And it was one of the biggest upsets, point spread wise, that you would ever come across. So, very interesting stuff. All right, let's see if you can catch this. Yay! Timeout. There you go. Timeout. That'll work. That will work. I don't know. This is rough. I know the team is pretty good when you're playing up against a defense like Tampa Bay, man. They are. Oh, it looks like they're going to blitz me to high heaven here. Get it out. There you go. Get it out. There you go. Out of bounds. We'll take it. We don't have to use another timeout. Let's try to save that timeout if we can. Yeah, okay. Mountain spot. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I see a couple. I see on the right side there. You can go to the corner, run that route. Get that going. There we go. Get out of bounds. That's fine. Third down. We'll take it. Or 2nd and 8. Actually, that gave us a first down on the last play. We will take it. Let's run it again. I like to see if they can keep up if I'm running the same play over and over again to see if the play would actually work. No, catch the ball. You had a touchdown, you turkey. Yeah, I called him a turkey. One of those things that's really important. Thanksgiving's coming up. Turkey. Ooh, and a turkey in bowling. Even better. Okay, gotta use that last timeout. Alright. Gonna be throwing all the way in now, even though it's 4th down. Let's see if I can. Okay, formation. No, what the concept. Alright, let me see here. Let's run the Hail Mary. See if that will actually work. See if we can get the goalposts. See all those different patterns that they're going to be running. It's like a big traffic jam. They're going to be colliding with each other. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. No! I threw the ball and I got sacked. What a dork. Man, that's all on me. I should have let it go about a second sooner. Now there's nothing I can do. They're going to win the game. Ah, that sucks. That's alright. We took the defending champions all the way down to the end. Everyone, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate all of you. Please do make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. Also, check out our children's gaming channel, Gaming Thrashers, and we will see you on the next video.